Today's video is a follow-up on last week's video on whether to go to college or not. Today, I will discuss how to evaluate the cost of going to college and the return on investment. Here are some factors to consider when evaluating the cost of attending college. First, you really need to consider the tuition and fees. Tuition and fees are the largest expense associated with going to college. Look up the cost of tuition and fees for the college you're considering and factor in any additional costs such as textbooks and supplies. The next costly thing is room and board. If you're staying home when you go to college, that's a great thing. For others, if you plan to live on campus, that includes housing, meals, and other living expenses. If you are not living on campus, or if you're living on campus and you require transportation, don't forget to factor in the cost of transportation. Things like gas, parking fees, and public transportation are all things worth considering. And then you want to consider your personal expenses. Things like clothing, entertainment, and extracurricular activity can all add up. However, make sure to only consider the additional costs associated with going to college and not taking into consideration all the cost that you're incurring. Not all of them are associated with going to college. Next, you need to think about financial aid. Research the types of financial aid available, such as grants, scholarship, and loans, and factor them into your cost evaluation. There's often a difference between what I call the sticker price of going to college and the actual price you pay. When comparing schools, compare what you will actually pay in tuition. And don't only compare the discount that you receive. This is important because some schools might have higher discounts, but they also have higher sticker prices, and therefore it's possible for you to pay more compared to another school. Also consider work-study programs. If you plan to work while attending college, consider work-study programs that might be available to help you offset some of your expenses. For instance, students that have worked with me in the past receive pay while also working on increasing their economic skills through the work we do. They develop reports, they did research, and attended conferences with me. This serves as a job training and can increase their future earnings. Speaking about future earnings, consider the potential return on investment, ROI, of attending college. Look at the average salaries of graduates in your field of study and compare them to the cost of attending college. If your decision on which college to pick is solely based on money, then you really need to do a cost-benefit analysis and compare across institutions. And the method that I like to do this is salary to cost method. So let's take an example here. These are salaries of the Hale College of Business students, their median salaries after graduation. And it also takes into consideration the cost of tuition, annual tuition, for someone that receives no financial aid. The annual tuition cost is $10,208, and the salaries vary by major. And in this method, we could see what the salary to cost ratio is. What you will notice is as the median salary goes up, the ROI increases. And as the tuition cost increases, the ROI decreases. This method will allow you to compare across schools. Picking the right school involves a cost-benefit analysis. This information is actually available at all schools, so make sure to ask for it. Remember, this assumes that you're only interested in financial returns to college, and the decision to go to college is actually more complicated than that. There are other reasons for you to consider. So when you're evaluating the cost of going to college, it's important to look at both the short-term and long-term financial implications. Consider the potential benefits of obtaining a college degree. Things like increased earning potential, job security, and personal growth are all things that you should be considering. Ultimately, this is your personal decision, and it should be based on your own unique circumstances and goals. There is no one right approach for everybody. So it might be helpful to speak with a guidance counselor, a mentor, or other trusted advisor to help you weigh your options and make informed decisions. If you want to work with me, consider applying to the Hale College of Business. If you're new here, my name is Dr. Abdullah Albrani. I go by Dr. A. I'm an associate professor of economics at the Hale College of Business at Northern Kentucky University. I talk to students all the time about how to get the best out of college, and today you're hearing one of those conversations. See you next week on another episode of Economics with Dr. A.